let's talk about the thing that someone started, which it's
That's
me.
You're up.
I want to talk about the thing
You're
that I've
queuing yourself.
started.
Go on.
I am. This thing that I've started doing recently is going to a bouldering gym. Whoa. And yesterday, I brought Reuben along with me.
Yeah.
I haven't gone to a bouldering gym in like over a year, probably since you left, Prim, to be honest. Because you were the one yanking me out of my homestead to go climbing some rocks. Recently, I had another friend of ours, shout out Edie, rip me out of my homestead and doing some climbing with my feetsies and toesies and fingersies. And so now I'm back in it, and I've got 2 free weeks, so I'm going to be doing a bunch more. I might even go today.
Wow.
But I thought, since you have been so many times, Prim, if you wanted to give us a rundown, give the audience a rundown of what bouldering is if they might not know.
Well, kick your section to the guest. Typical behavior.
I mean, I feel like your audience knows what bouldering is.
Some might not. The thing is, I didn't know before you introduced me.
What did you think it was?
Yeah, but your audience is people in the inner north, you know.
Good point.
There's more bouldering gyms than there are cafes.
Wait, go back. I want to know what Jett thought bouldering was before they knew what bouldering was.
I thought it was like climbing on bigger rocks. I thought it was climbing around big boulders. Something
Like real
to do with
outside rocks.
actual
Well,
big things.
that's what it is. You just can't really get big rocks inside buildings, you know.
So we just we just go for small. No, but yeah, I thought the people. I don't know what it was. I just thought it involved big boulders.
Yeah, you can do that sort of bouldering. I've done that bouldering.
You've done that bouldering.
Yeah, at Rapley's and stuff like that.
Yeah. I did that on
climb
school
rocks.
camp one time.
Yeah.
But so it was different when I saw it. I was like, oh, this is the thing with the harness, but it's not the thing with the harness.
No, that's top roping.
Oh, so we're learning things.
Yeah.
Because you can also do that indoors. You can go up high. You can go to a place in the city where they climb up high.
Okay, since Prim won't explain what it is,
But that's kind of
refuses.
cringe, I think.
Reuben, will you explain what bouldering is?
Fine, I'll explain what bouldering is. You walk into a
You've been
bouldering
cut
place.
off, Prim.
It's a little bit like a gym in terms of the culture and the vibe. There's a big long wall, maybe there's 2 big long walls, full of like little holes that they plug into the wall, and all of those holes are coloured, and each one of those is like a run that you can do. And so if you see one that's like all blue holes, then you got to climb up to the top blue one that you see. Some of them go sideways, some of them you got to hang upside down. Sometimes at quite like a 90-degree angle even, which is intense. And you basically, you bring your own gear or you hire it, and then you're just free to go for as long as you want.
Yeah.
Seems to be the case. So that's fun.
What do you think about the tag system of the routes?
Boy, okay, look. So what you've got is you've got coloured runs of holds, right? So it's like I might climb these 10 blue holds to get to the top. Yeah. And I've got a little tag at the bottom that tells me where to start with my hands, and a little tag at the top. And when I get my 2 hands on that last tag, that means I've like completed it and I can climb down or jump down, right? And each climb is graded according to how difficult it is, right? So you've got the least spicy ones up to the most spicy ones. The issue is that instead of using something different to colours, like numbers or stars or words or hot spicy chilies, they also use colours for these tags. So you might be looking at a whole blue run that's got 2 green tags at the bottom and 2 green tags at the top. And that's a green level difficulty, which like you just have to rote memorize the difficulties from a list on the wall because it's not numbers or words or a scale. And then you're like, how do you talk about it? Because you're like, I'm going to climb this blue-green one. It's just needlessly complicated, and I feel like they missed a trick there.
What gym are you going to?
Northside Boulders, baby.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Go to the one near the Coles.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I've been to that one.
Really good. That's a really good one.
The thing is, the Northside one had 2 weeks free trial.
Right. Okay, that's true.
So, but do they have a different? Well,
it's more modern. So it's just like every hold is all the same color.
Oh.
So there's no tape things. You just like you do the green holds.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So the color, it's just one set of colors for the whole run, and that's the grade. It's they
that's
move it
nice.
into one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize this initially. I walked in and I was like, it's nice that there's a lot of roots here because eventually you would get to know them. And then after a while, staring at the wall like a fucking fool, I realized, no, this is a wall full of holes and they changed these roots.
They change it. It said something like 30 new roots every week or something.
Yeah.
Damn, that's pretty good.
Now, Jett, you had some thoughts about, you were kind of comparing this to like gym or other repetitive forms of training exercises, and you were feeling that it was like more accessible or more friendly or more less about direct comparison.
Yeah, I feel like it's a lot more collaborative. Like you're looking at a wall of puzzles and you're trying to figure out where to go and other people are around to help you. And also, it isn't just like when you're seeing someone else, I don't know, if you're at the gym and you see someone else lifting weights and they can maybe do like, 20 reps with a 30 kilogram weight. I haven't gone to the gym in a while. I don't know what's tough or what's not. But you see that and you're like, well, I could maybe do that. And you can only do like 3 reps. You'll feel pretty shitty. But if you're at a wall and someone does a route and they complete it, you can also, there's another route that you can do where you get up just as high and you're spending just as long and you can also do it and you also feel accomplished. So there's, I don't know, it doesn't feel like there's a lot of conflict or comparison, but it seems also like you're like, oh, I can learn from the people that I'm watching. Whereas maybe with normal gyms, you can't really, since it's like, well, you've all got the form. It's just about the strength.
It's good vibes.
Yeah.
Everyone's always really nice there. Everyone's always nice to you.
So, Prim, why did you start going to a bouldering gym over other forms of gymming?
Because my friend Ferg and I were wanting to spend a month out in Arapiles, which is like big climbing mecca, huge ass fucking rock out, I don't know, like 4 hours west of Melbourne. Because our boss, when we were working at Wollongara, the farm, used to just live there for years. And he was like, just do that. Go do that. So we're like, okay. And then so I was like, I should probably train for this. So I did that for a few months. And that fucking ruled. And also I like it because I've never really been interested in going to the gym, but it also gives me the body type I want. You know, it works out the sort of muscles that are attractive. Good for your veins.
Oh.
It gets your hand veins and your arm veins popping. That's a little hands up.
And do you, having done both, do you prefer indoor bouldering or out in the elements?
Well, and the elements is way cooler, but it's just kind of harder to access.
Yeah, totally.
It's not, you can't just drive 4 hours every day to go to the gym. But
if you want a middle ground, there's that one underpass in the eastern suburbs of Brunswick. Not Brunswick,
Melbourne. That place rules.
Yeah, where it's just a wall underneath an overpass. There's a highway above you.
Yeah.
And underneath the leg of the highway is just a bouldering wall. Yeah. Outdoors. Prim and I went there when it was rainy once, so we were kind of out in the elements.
There you go.
Yeah.
But you were protected by the highway.
Yeah. Well.
Shout out the highway.
I agree with the sort of body type muscles kind of thing. One thing I really like about it is it works out seemingly all of my muscles, or at least all of my body. If I was going to the gym and doing weight training stuff, which I have before, it's often like I enjoy doing stuff with my arms and my chest, and then I'm like, oh fuck, well now I need to do legs, and it kind of feels like an obligation. But with this, it seems to work out everything at the same time. Yeah.
Did it work out your fist bumping muscles?
Oh yeah, so the fist bumping things.
They're big into fist bumping.
That's the person, because Reuben hadn't been there before, so we had to climb the first run or whatever, and they're like, great, good job, you did that, you fell well, cool, great job. Anyways, I'll talk to you if you need any other help, and just kept talking with his fist up. So I was like, do I bump? Do I not bump?
I was like, bump.
No, you got to bump. They love fist bumps. They love it.
It was also a soft fist bump. I don't think I've ever had a softer fist bump.
I think it's because a lot of climbers are too socially awkward to go for a proper dap up. Plus, you also have chalk on your hands.
Yeah,
interesting. We didn't.
We went chalkless.
Amateurs.
Hit it raw.
Type shit. Nice.
Chalk's like $50. I feel like I could make chalk cheaper.
Yeah. We have chalk downstairs that's not climbing chalk, just chalk.
Just like street sidewalk chalk?
I think it's like mostly they put some technology in it. You can get expensive climbing chalk.
Sure.
But I think for the most part, it's the same.
It's probably the same as pool chalk. I bet they charge $1 million for that stuff.
No, I think it's different than pool chalk.
All right. Now you think it's different. All right.
What's pool chalk?
Like for the pool cube.
Yeah. It's just chalk.
I guess it's. That's pretty funny actually. There's some good bits to be made out of that.
Just
I think pool chalk's different.
The top of your fingers with a pool chalk.
Just sharpening your finger.
That's really good.
It's actually pretty funny. I reckon because I for Christmas got a big bucket of that sidewalk chalk. I reckon we just bring that big bucket.
We could do colors. We could do different colors on our fingers.
We can make it match the color of the run or the grading.
Yeah, but not both because they're different.
One hand, one.
They can be the same.
I enjoyed yesterday because one of the bits that made me feel really good was I saw someone who was clearly very good at bouldering and had done it for a while struggle a lot with this one. Like
it was a yellow-blue run.
Yeah, nice.
Whatever that means.
It was like you start up sideways with your legs at the same altitude as your arms. You're hanging. You're hanging backwards.
Fully hanging.
And then you have to climb around a 90 degree and get up. And this guy just could not do it. And I was watching him for a while. I was like, I think I could maybe figure this out. And then did it first try. And that felt great. And I think that also lends itself to like So yes, fuck that guy.
No competition unless I'm winning.
But like I haven't bouldered in a long while. I think that, and I've lost a lot of the muscles, and that's one of the reasons why I want to start going again. But it's just, I guess I have more natural upper body strength or can just move my body in that way. And while I haven't honed that skills, everyone has
maybe also slightly lighter than that person now. I think
I think that's one of my favorite things about it is that it works really well for all body types. You know, there was like a lot of stuff that I could do that a lot better boulders couldn't because I was just really tall and could skip all the holds. So which is like almost cheating, but I'm still getting to the top.
Yeah,
you know?
No.
But there's a lot of stuff that I really just couldn't even get close to it, like any overhang stuff, because I just couldn't hold my body up like that.
So
and then
hard.
someone smaller than me is just like, that's not an issue for me going straight up. You know, I think that's kind of like body positivity type shit, whatever.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of nice.
I thought about dancing a lot because so much of it is similar, and like especially if I'm improvising, I like finding little puzzles and like making it challenging for myself, which had similarities and differences because here it's all laid out and even graded. Like, oh, this one is exactly this difficult and you'll need to solve it in this way or this way, which is like, okay, yeah, interesting. So it's more about like taking a break to look at it and discuss it and then doing it rather than like, I mean, there's a lot of exploring it through doing. You do only figure it out by climbing at the end of the day. I had a lot of interesting comparisons.
I feel like I figure out more just by watching other people. I mean, there was one that we were doing where we were like, we just can't do this.
Yeah.
We're kind of just sitting there waiting for somebody else to try it. And then we did, and then
that was a white blue run that just, it wasn't even high, it was sideways, but there was just this like huge stretch that we had to make. It was very
just don't have the wingspan.
We couldn't quite get there, but I reckon you could maybe get it.
I reckon
you were
Prim
fresh.
could get it.
Prim
You
could
got
get
long
it,
arms.
totally.
You'd be fine.
Totally.
Probably not. It's been a hot minute.
It was full on. You had to
I've been letting my body atrophy recently. That's
atrophy.
been my new thing.
That's been your thing, a conscious thing?
It's been my thing.
New Year's resolution. Atrophy.
Yeah, I'm like, is to get worse.
I think my 2024 was to atrophy. Like I did barely, besides like walking, which I do a fucking bunch of.
You walk a lot.
I don't do any real like muscly anything.
You were very strong yesterday for someone who's been atrophying for a year.
Well, I did it like 4 or 5 days beforehand, and I was ruined from that. But I think that built up my muscles at least a bit to I don't know, feel a bit stronger to do it. But I'd like to, for the next month before I skip town, I want to get
There's
buffed.
some good climbing gyms out here. Not nearly as good.
Oh, yeah?
But there's some good ones. I've been thinking about starting up one, but I just got to wait a little bit so it doesn't make it look like either a cringe New Year's resolution or... I just broke up with my girlfriend and now I've got to better myself.
Right.
So, you know, I've got a little bit to make it not be either of those things. Because it's not.
It's not.
Well, you could just do that. You could just let it be one of those things.
I don't want it to be one of those things.
Okay, I see how it is. Okay.
Yeah, I'm really disappointed that I'm doing this now just after New Year's. Because
Yeah,
it started
it
just
makes it look
before
like
New
a-
Year's.
Yeah, it's
Resolution thing.
unrelated.
Yeah.
It's unrelated.
What it is,
yeah.
it's more related to just having a bit of time. Like I'm not stuck into work right now. It's yesterday was just like a weekend day for us. I think the first weekend day that I got in a long time. Where it was like 3 p.m. We're like, oh, we've done a couple of things, but we don't really have much of an obligation to do anything. It was really lovely. I feel like I don't have enough of those.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, I was like, let's go bouldering.
Oh, yeah. That shit rules. Dude, you're going to have so much of that when you get over here.
Maybe I'll find a particular thing to spend an insane amount of time doing, day in, day out.
Yeah. Is that a segue?
I think that's a little
That's a
segue.
pretty slick segue.
I'm going to quickly say that people should boulder if you're not into doing the gym Go once. It's like 20 something bucks.
Yep.
They have shoes there. Just give it a shot and you might get hooked.
And use your toes, not the middle of your feet.
Yeah, that's what someone taught us. Would you agree with that? Use your toes, not the middle of your feet, Prim?
Yes, yeah, why not? Depends.
You can use the middle if you're good enough, like me. Ooh.
You can use your heels too, you know.
Ooh.
Jam it in
makes
there.
you feel comfortable. Yeah.